Normally when I review these movies, I give it a little time, right? It could be an hour, it could be a day, it could be 2 days. I give myself some time to think about it. I'm so excited to talk about how bad this movie is that I can't wait. You're probably gonna hear my dryer beep because I have clothes in the dryer, and I don't care. Like, I could wait 3 minutes, but I don't wanna wait 3 minutes because I wanna talk about how much this movie sucks. So if you hear the beep, it's the dryer. I gotta go get the clothes out. I'll do that later. It doesn't matter. Let's talk about the Exorcist Believer and why it is legitimately one of the worst movies ever made. Let's go. Okay, thank you so much for checking out the video. Before we get started, click on that red subscribe button, notification bell. That way you know whenever I post new content. Okay, so a couple things. Flashback to, I believe it was 2018 when Halloween came out. This was a sequel, like it was a direct sequel to the original Halloween. It ignored all the subsequent sequels, including Halloween 2. Laurie and Michael are not siblings. All that is disregarded, and it was fantastic. It was tremendous. It's one of my all-time favorite horror movies. I love it. It's great. It's perfect. Jason Blum and Blumhouse Productions produced that movie, and then they made 2 sequels, which were bad and way worse. Halloween Kills had appropriately some great kills and was completely like overstuffed with this 20-minute unnecessary subplot about like how mob mentalities are bad and they accidentally like kill the wrong guy because they think like this 5'5" guy is actually 6'3" Michael Myers. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't matter. The movie's trash. Halloween Kills is terrible. Halloween Ends is even worse, somehow. Complete miscalculation. And that movie completely just like sidelines Michael Myers. He's not really the bad guy. They have his like protege Corey, who's the bad guy. It's dumb. It doesn't work. It's a complete failure, even though like the last 10 minutes of that movie are great. So for some completely inexplicable reason, Blumhouse decides to once again work with David Gordon Green, who actually has done some good movies. One of my all-time favorite comedies, Pineapple Express. He directed that. It's a great movie. Don't hold this against him, or maybe you should. So they team up with him, and they decide to make this direct sequel to The Exorcist, essentially doing kind of the same thing they did with Halloween. This movie actually starts off okay. Leslie Odom Jr. plays this guy Vincent, who's a photographer. He's in Haiti with his wife. Why they're on vacation in Haiti, who the hell knows? Doesn't matter. The wife dies when there's an earthquake, because that's what happens in Haiti, and he has to choose whether he's going to save his wife or his daughter. Long story short, that choice is explained later in the movie, and the wife perishes and the daughter survives. Daughter, her and her best friend meddle with things they shouldn't. They both get possessed by demons or a demon, whatever. And the movie actually starts off okay. It has like this strong moral choice that he has to make. And then they bring in Chris McNeil, who's the character from the first movie, Reagan's mother. And she like just is in the middle of the movie. She's written into the movie, and it completely falls off the wagon. It goes from like, oh, this could be really interesting, to steaming hot pile of excrement. And it does that very, very quickly. There's a line in the movie where Chris is talking about Reagan's exorcism. And they're talking to her about it, and she's like, well, I wasn't in the room for the exorcism. Oh, why is that? Well, I think it's because I wasn't a part of the patriarchy. So I don't know if she's aware of what happened with her daughter, but 2 men saved her daughter's life at the expense of their own. Both of these men, in exorcising this demon from Reagan, die. One of them, the second one, who's like a lapsed Catholic, commands the demon to possess him and then sacrifices himself and dies to save the daughter of a complete stranger. So you can call that the patriarchy, or you can call it what it actually is, which is an incredibly heroic and selfless act. This movie is so effing dumb, it doesn't even understand the movie that it is a sequel to at all. And from that moment on, the movie becomes, there's like a marked turn. It becomes cartoonishly stupid. The Exorcism looks like a made-for-TV 90s piece of crap turd burger. It's none of it makes any sense. It's completely dumb. It's not scary. It's not horrific. It's just lunacy and insanity. And this movie has a moment at the very end where a character that's discussed throughout the movie appears, and it's meant to be like this big emotional gotcha payoff. And it's one of the most ham-fisted, stupid, disingenuous, just disingenuine garbage cameos that I have seen in any movie ever. This movie sucks. You shouldn't watch it. The Exorcist is a classic. I have no idea what any person involved with this movie was thinking. I don't know how they read the script and thought it was any good. I don't know how they wrote the script and thought it was any good. I don't know how they looked at what they were filming at the time and thought this works. And I don't know how they sat in the editing bay after the movie was filmed and edited the movie and stitched together and thought this is a good movie. It's overly preachy when it doesn't need to be. It looks terrible halfway through the movie. It just turns into complete and utter nonsense garbage. Don't watch this movie. Long story short, it's trash, it sucks. Do yourself a favor and watch literally anything else. I'm doing you a favor. You're welcome. I'll see you next Wednesday at 9 a.m.